Hello everybody and welcome to the Serial Hobbyist YouTube channel. I'm back. It's taken me a couple of months, but I finally have some new content ready for you guys, and I'm so excited for what is coming in the next couple of weeks. First and foremost, today's video, which is a review of my new FM Gammon tournament size backgammon board, and then what I'm most excited for, behind me on the couch, the rest of my tournament size board collection. I'm going to be releasing a comparison video of all of the tournament boards that I have, a compare and contrast video where I hopefully will give you guys the definitive buying guide for tournament boards in this price range. Now, if you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm the Serial Hobbyist. This channel right now is a place where I'm sharing my love of backgammon, and specifically awesome backgammon boards with really nice craftsmanship and good artistry and just things that bring me a lot of joy when playing. And I'm glad that you're here. I would love to earn your subscription on this channel. If you are not a subscriber and you enjoy this video today, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Like the video if you enjoy the content, and leave a comment down below with your thoughts on this board or any other things that you want to see in this channel in the future. Now, this board again is from FM Gammon. I have another board from them, a smaller mini-sized version that I've loved for the past couple of years, and I wanted a full-size tournament board, and now I finally have one. In this video, I'm going to show you guys the exterior, talk about the construction, my ordering process with FM Gammon, and then crack it open, put you overhead, show you the checkers, the dice, the cups, the play surface, all of that up close, and play a few rolls so you can see it in action, and then give you my final thoughts on it. Now, I purchased this board with my own money. I know that there were some comments on Facebook about my reviews where I've received some boards for free here on this channel, and I want to express a big thanks to those that have supported the channel and sent over cool boards for me to review. I try to be as unbiased as possible in these and share my unfiltered pros and cons. I'm sure some unintentional bias does sneak in, but I try my best to mitigate that where I can. But this one I purchased with my own money, and I will freely share what I think are the benefits and the drawbacks to this specific board. So enough about that. Let's start taking a look at this and talking about it. Now, FM Gammon, I'm sure if you've watched a couple backgammon board reviews, or you've been to a tournament or your local club, or done any amount of research, you probably have heard of FM Gammon. They're one of the most prevalent names among more serious players. They put boards up in a lot of tournaments. They sponsor things. Their boards are very prevalent. They make the boards for Backgammon Galaxy, and they have their own website with a lot of different product offerings. This particular board has an MDF frame construction with like a vinyl wrap on it. It's one of their more affordable tournament size boards, coming in around $400, which it's affordable is relative. That's in like the tournament backgammon board space, but they have, you know, solid wood boards that are $1,000 plus, and they have the mini ones that are a little bit less, but this is a really pretty much standard price point for a tournament size board. Now, first, before we like talk about the board and like look at the specifics, the ordering process with FM Gammon is a little different than if you were to order from a stateside manufacturer or a stateside company, where you can just like add to cart and click to order and they ship it to you within a week. You know, this is made to order, and so that's a benefit because there's a lot of customization, but a downside because there's sometimes a bit of back and forth, and because of the time difference with Turkey, which is where they're at. This took me about probably a week to design and manufacture, a week and a half, and then probably less time to ship, like 4 days to get to my house once it left the manufacturer. So just keep that in mind. Ordering requires like talking to them on WhatsApp and like talking about your ideas and stuff, and they're very easy to speak with, but it's not as simple as put it in your cart and order. Now, this is, like I said, tournament size board, and we're going to start with the case. This is not the case that comes with the FM Gammon boards. They normally come with like a thin fabric, like shopping bag type material, almost with the FM Gammon logo on it. They're good enough. I have one of those bags with my mini board, and I've used it for a couple years with minimal fraying and issues. But for a little bit more, you can upgrade to the leather bag, which I think is a worthwhile upgrade. It's much thicker, it's much heavier duty, nice, strong, robust handles. It looks very sleek and luxurious. And so for a little bit more, you can get this, and I recommend doing it. So the board itself, let me pull this out, is the nature frame, which is kind of like a darker wood finish. Now, as I mentioned, this is an MDF board, which is what kind of drops the price a little bit. It's not a solid like stained wood. It has a vinyl wrap on it, but the finish is very, very nice. one of the best things about FM Gammon, if you haven't ordered from them before, what I like is that they have free customization, where with some manufacturers you're going to pay to change the checker color or change the surface color or add a logo or whatever. With FM Gammon, you can do all of that, and it's just part of the price because they make the surface to order, so it's no sweat off their back if they kind of change things up for you. So this board in particular was kind of an amalgamation, a combination of different things I liked from various products on their site. So I wanted a board with the nature exterior because I already had a black framed one, so I wanted the brown. And then I wanted a purple color scheme because I don't have any purple anywhere else in my collection. So you'll see I chose a purple surface from one board, the exterior from another, and then checkers from a third board. And I just kind of combined them all together and got something that's unique to me. Now, the frame, we'll measure this in a bit, but we've got the wood exterior. They've got like a faux leather like plate on each side. One of the things that's really nice about this board that I didn't know when I ordered it, it's very thin in the vertical dimension, or at least thinner than my other boards. Pretty hefty, tournament size in the length and the width, but the height is pretty slim, which I like. I wouldn't call this a travel board by any means, but it just fits in my storage space a little bit better. Let me flip the camera overhead. We will crack it open and we'll do some measurements, look at the checkers, the dice, the cube, the cups, and I'll give you my thoughts on it. All right, let's crack this board open, and oh my gosh, that purple interior, it just pops so nicely. Before we talk about all this, let's do some measurements. So thinking we're gonna be about 20 and a quarter. All right, so a little bit shorter than some of my other tournament boards, and 30 and a quarter. So this is relatively compact for a tournament sized board with checker trays and holders for your dice cups. So again, if you're looking for full-size tournament, but maybe shave off a few inches, this is a good option. Now, the surface here is, I don't know what material they use. It's like a microfiber, a suede of some sort. They have it in all of their boards. The one in my mini Blackhawk has held up really well over the past couple of years. The printing is very vivid. It's very crisp. I chose this board because the points have like a two-tone kind of look to them, which is really unique and something I don't have. Whenever I choose a new board, I try to go for something, whether it's the material, the colors, the checkers, that's different from what I already have. So I really like the printing on these points. The surface is very well aligned. The fit into the edges is good. Now this is a handmade product, and this is not one of their most expensive boards. There are like, you can see where this was glued down. One of the seams, like where the bear off tray, the wood right here, there's a little bit of a gap, like nothing major, but if I'm like looking around the board trying to critique things, there's like a 1/16 inch gap or something on each side of this. When I got this in the mail, there was a very tiny chip in the wrap right here from shipping from Turkey. It was very well packaged, but that was something that I remedied with a small bit of glue. I didn't have that with my other board. I think it was just an anomaly, but I guess one of the risks you run with a wrapped board like this. The inside of the checker storage trays and the cup trays on either side have the same faux black leather as the outside, which is a really nice touch. Now, this bag comes with the set. This is a soft little drawstring bag, and this is going to hold an included scoreboard, which we'll talk about in a minute, as well as your dice and your doubling cube. Now, the doubling cube is really great. It's matching purple to my board. They have lots of different colors. You can see the FM Gammon logo right there. It's a good size for me. The dice that I have right here are not the included dice with the board. The ones that come with it are very basic, squared off round edges, all black, a little bit smaller than these 16 millimeter dice. They are something you would want to replace probably as soon as possible. They don't roll super well. They're very basic dice. This board, being one of their cheaper models, does not come with precision dice. So I just had like a giant stash of different colored like marbled dice. And so I just picked some purple and white ones to go with the set because the ones that it came with were nothing to write home about. So I don't have those here. I stashed them away somewhere, but just keep in mind, you'll probably want to replace the dice. Now, this little baggie is really great, and the scorecard that they include is also nice. A lot of boards that I've gotten, tournament boards, don't have this included, and I always appreciate it. If you're going to buy a tournament board, you're probably going to want to do some competitive play at some point. So this is a basic scoreboard, but what I like about it is it has everything that you'd want, different matches, money game, Crawford, post Crawford, all that stuff is on the scoreboard. It goes up to 29. You have matches up to 25. And there's no gaudy like logos or anything like that. It's basic, but it's really refined. So I like the scoreboard that they include, and the fact that they include one at all is really great. Now the cups have a matching finish to the wood, although these are not wrapped. This is actually like a piece of stained or finished wood. They are just raw wood, a little bit rough on the bottom, smoother on the sides, very rough on the inside. And there's no padding or anything, although there is a triplet. So they are quite loud. So if you like that sound of the dice, they're great for that. But you can always throw in a bit of cork or felt if you wanted to dampen these down yourselves. But they feel good in the hand. I'm 5'11", 185-pound guy. Really good size for me. So I would think unless you have like absolute man hands or very tiny hands, this would be perfect size for you. Now, the star of the show is going to be these gorgeous checkers. So I went with the purple and white swirl and the purple and white swirl reverse over here. Again, I pulled these from a couple different boards. I'll show you the white first. One of FM Gammon's really great things about their checkers is they are thick. I really like how thick they are. They have a great sound to them. They almost sound kind of like porcelain almost. They're not fragile at all. I mean, I've dropped these on hard floors and they don't break or anything, but they sound like that. So that's the white. Here are the purple. Just really, really deep white, black, purple swirl. The only gripe I have with these, the whites are flawless. The purple, on some of them, I don't think you're gonna be able to see it on the camera. You really have to look for this, and no one is eyeballing my checkers this close. But there is like just a tiny little seam where I think like the two edges came together or something like that. I think these are probably handmade. And so some of them, not all of them, there's just, you can faintly see the seam if you're really looking, but no one is like eyeballing the edges of my checkers, I feel like. So let's do some measurements. Of course, the side to side is my most important measurement, and that's a really good fit. Maybe 2 millimeters of play there, but they slot really nice. And one of the benefits of that wood framed board, the sound you get when you kind of move these against the frame is really nice. Now, going across, we're looking at 10. So we can't get the 11th checker in there. I guess part of saving on space is that you don't get as long vertically. To be honest, I don't like stacking a lot of checkers on one point anyway, and you can always stack vertically. So that's not the end of the world there. So let's set up some checkers here. We'll play a quick few rolls just to see this in play. You guys can critique my strategy as always. I will say, I mean, I've been doing as much playing as I can, and I've been reading the 501 Backgammon Problems and the OG McGrill, his book. So I've been doing some reading, but I'm still far from expert. So let's just kind of throw these. Looks like white's going to take it, and we will just go 3 and 1. Standard open there. I'm just going to use one of each color die. Looks like we got 5 and 2. Probably, 2, 5, and then either put a builder down or we split the back, where he's like already filling in his board, probably split in the back. I think that's the right thing to do. 4 and 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do we bring that down already? 1, 2. Do we make a point here and split that, or do we just bring down some? See, the problem if we do builders is that's going to be a 6 away from him, so I don't like that a ton. 2, and then I guess we can kind of come back here and start trying to get the 20 point or the 5 point. 2 and 4, I think he can come down and build, or he could block this and put a builder. But I don't like that as much. I'm not going to belabor a lot of these points here. You can hear that sound. So that's white's roll, 5, 6. So he could run it out. Because he can't really make a new point. 6. He could move that to here. I don't think I like anything as much as running it out. So let me do one more for purple, and then we'll go to an outro. 2 and 1. Let's see. I mean, 2, you can kind of cover that up and then maybe hit here in the home. All right, guys. Judge my strategy, and then let's go to the outro. So there you have it. That is the FM Gammon tournament size board, one of their entry-level models, but still a fantastic value. The fact that you get the free customization, the fact that you get really nice, high-quality checkers, beautiful doubling cube, I think this is an absolute value and comparable to everything else in this price category. So if what you value is the wood frame, is the customization of the colors and things like that, really thick, nice checkers, I would definitely give FM Gammon a look. This board's not going anywhere. It'll be in my collection forever. So I'll include, well, I can just put a link to FM Gammon's site. I'm not sponsored. They're not giving me anything like that. They may have like a coupon code. I'll send this video to them and see what they say. But again, like I bought this with my own money. Hope you enjoyed this content. Make sure you subscribe because coming soon, few days, next week, whenever, there's going to be a video comparing all of my tournament boards. You do not want to miss that if you are in the market for your first tournament size backgammon board. But that's going to be it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.